Alright, so in this video we'll be looking at the cross product. So given vector A to be A1I plus A2J plus A3K and vector B to be B1I B2J plus B3K. So what is the cross product? So cross product is given as this. So the cross product between A and B is I, J, you write the high JK at the top like that, and then you now write this is A1, this is A2, this is A3. So you put them under the I, J and the K. So same thing as the B1, B2, then B3. So you can see that is a straight line. So that is to tell you that you have to find the determinants. Okay, you have to find the determinant. So example says that given A to be 1 to be I minus 2J plus 4K and B to be 2I minus 5K. So find A cross B, and B find them A cross B magnitude. So this is what we'll be doing in this video, in this example. So what is solution? So A cross B will now do high JK 1 minus 2 4 2 minus 2 0 then minus 5. This is under K. So let's find determinant. So you say plus minus plus, you put your plus I first. So you cover the row of the high, also cover the column. So if you cover this row and the column, be left with minus 2 4 0 and minus 5. Then the next is minus J. You do the same thing, cover the row and the column, you be left with 1 4 2 minus 5. For the K2 you get 1 minus 2 2 and 0. So now you get 10 minus 0. How to find the determinant of a 2 by 2? A, B, C, D. So the determinant is AD minus BC. So once you do A times B, when you do C times B, you add a minus. So minus 2 times minus 5 will give me 10. 0 times 4 is 0. But because there is a minus in between, that is why there is a minus here. Next you put minus J. 1 times 5 minus 5 give you minus 5. 2 times 4 is 8. There is a minus, that will give me minus 8. Plus K. 1 times 0 is 0. 2 times minus 2 will give me plus minus 4. But because there is a minus, we change it to plus 4. Okay, so now you get 10 high minus, this is 5 and 8. 5 and 8 is 13 minus 13J, right? So timesing it with the minus again, that will give you plus 13J, and this will be plus 4K. So A cross B now, the magnitude, that will be, so this is just A cross B. Okay, so the magnitude of our answer will be square root 10 squared plus 13 squared plus 14 squared. So 10 squared is 100, 13 squared is 169, the other one is 196. So let's look for the magnitude of that. So we have 100 plus 169 plus 196. So you get 465. So this is what we call the magnitude. Okay, so this is for cross product. So also take note that, so that is all. the cross product can be used to find the area of a triangle, area of a parallelogram, and area of a triangle. Okay, so but before then, you should know that this A cross B is equal to the magnitude of A times the magnitude of B sine theta. Okay, so that is the meaning of this cross product. You can also get it using this other side. Okay, so let's now move on to the area. Okay, now if theta is equal to 0, that is A and B are parallel. If they are parallel, sine 0 is what? Is 0. So it means that the cross product will be equals to what? 0. So when you do cross product and you get 0, it shows that the vectors are parallel. Okay, what else do I want to add? So yes, let's go to area of a parallelogram. Okay, so let's relate our vector that we've learned to area of a parallelogram. So if I have normal, if I have A and I have B, this is a parallelogram. What is the area of the parallelogram? It is A times B sine theta. Okay, so we can use vectors to get this. If I replace this by a vector, so this will now, the area that you know becomes, the area will now be the magnitude of A times the magnitude of B sine theta. If you look at it very well, you will see that this formula is almost the same as the cross product. So that is why we do say the area of a parallelogram is equal to the magnitude of the A times the B, the cross product. So when you do the cross product, you now look for their magnitude. So this is the area of a parallelogram. Okay, so without wasting time, let's talk about the area of a triangle. So area of a triangle, so a triangle is half of a parallelogram. So the area of a triangle now is given as A cross B, then you divide it by 2. So this is area of a triangle. So they ask you to calculate area of a triangle. This is it, and this is area of a parallelogram. So that is it. What else? Let's do an example. So example. So it's very simple. So what do we do? I've said it that the area will be equals to the cross product of A and B. So let's find the cross product. So write I, J, K, 4 minus 2, 3, 5, 1, minus 4. So you put the plus, minus, plus up there. So here we get minus 2, 3, 1, and minus 4. Minus J now. You cover the row and column, you get 4, 3, 5, and minus 4. And then for the K, you get 4, 3, 5, and minus. No. For the K, you get 4, 2, 5, and 1. This is 1. Let me just say plus 1. So it is 1. For K, you get minus 2. Okay. This is 4, 3, 5, and minus 4. So I'm just checking. So we get 8 and minus 3. We get minus 16, then minus 15, plus K, we get 4 and plus 10. 4 and plus 10, yeah. So that will give you 6. 3 minus that is 5, plus 31J, plus 14k. Okay, so what about so this is not area. So the area now is the magnitude. So which is 5 squared plus 31 squared plus 14 squared. 5 squared will give you 25. 31 squared is 961. 14 squared is 196. So by the time you sum that, you should get 1100 and something. So let's see, 25 plus 961 plus 196, 1182. So that is the answer. So example 2, let's solve for the one that involves triangle. Say find the area of the triangle with vertex at P to be 235, then Q to be 4, 2, minus 1, and R to be 3, 6, 4. Okay, so that is the question. So we are asked to find the area. So this, you could see that to find the area, you only need, area, we only need 2 points. You need just 2 vectors. Now they gave us 3 vectors. So what do? It's very simple. Just think of a triangle. Okay, so the triangle has P, Q, and then R. So to get the P as a vector, Q as a vector, R as a vector. So to just get these 2 vectors you'll be using here, you will do PQ and PR. So you just look for their displacement. So what is PQ? PQ is Q minus P, right? So that will be 4, 2, minus 1, minus 2, 3, 5. What do we get? We get 2 minus 1, then minus 6. Yes. Then PQ is what? PR is what? PR will be R minus P. So what is R? 364 minus 235. So what do we get? We get 1, 3, then minus 1. So this is the vectors. So so the area will now be equals to 1 over 2 PQ cross PR. This is how you do it. So let's find that. So the PQ, we need to do PQ times PR. Okay, so that is IJK. So we get 2 minus 1 minus 6, 1, 3, minus 1. So we say I first. So we get minus 1 minus 6, 3 minus 1. Minus J, we get 2 minus 6, 1 minus 1. Then K, we get 2 minus 1, 1 and 3. So that will give you 1, this is plus 18, 1 plus 18, yes. This will give you minus 2 plus 6, and the last one will give you 6 minus 1, 6 plus 1. So that will give you 19i minus 4j plus 7k. So we need the magnitude. The magnitude, that is PQ cross PR. We get 19 squared plus 4 squared plus 7 squared. What would this give us? 19 squared 369 361 plus 16 plus 49 plus 16 plus 49. We get 426. Square root of 426. Okay, so the area of a triangle now, area of a triangle is 1 over 2 PQ times PR. So that is 1 over 2 square root of 426. So this becomes your final answer. Okay, so this becomes your final answer. So moving on, I want us to talk about one more thing in this video. Okay, so there's a concept called unit vector perpendicular to given vectors. So this one is also very important, you know. It's important you know this too. So how do we get a perpendicular vector? Because this is this is unit vector that is perpendicular. So how do you get the perpendicular vector to two given? They give you two vectors. How do you get the perpendicular vector? So given vector A to be A1I plus A2J plus A3K and B to be equals to B1I, B2J, B3K. So the vector that is perpendicular to the two of them, let me call it perpendicular now. Perpendicular vector is known as N. So you see this N is the cross product of A and B. Do you get? When you do the cross product, you will get the perpendicular vector, that is N. So now that you've gotten N, the unit perpendicular vector now is known as your N divided by the magnitude of N. Do you get that now? Okay, so let's do an example. Okay, let's pick a question from exam likely question on that. Okay, question say find the unit vector perpendicular to the plane P equals 3I minus 2J plus 4K, Q equals I plus J minus 2K. Solution. So we need our N, which is P cross Q. So we say I, J, K. 3 minus 2, 4. 1, 1 minus 2. So I is minus 2, 4, 1 minus 2. Minus J, 3, 4, 1 minus 2. Then K, 1 and 3 minus 2, 1 and 1. So what will this give you? This is 4 minus 4 minus J will be minus 6 minus 4 plus K will be 3 plus 2. So at the end we get minus 11j plus 5k. This one is 0, so everything is gone. So that is our n. So we need the magnitude of n, which is minus 11 squared plus 5 squared. So 121 plus 25. So that is what? 146. Okay, so the magnitude, so the unit vector, so n cap will be equals to the what am I writing? So the unit vector now will be n cap, which is n over magnitude of n. So n is minus 11j plus 5k divided by 146. So that is minus 11 over 146 plus 5 over 146k. This is I, the other one is k. So that is all.